Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us again for our webinar tonight. I have Anya, the Territory Manager from KER, joining me on stage, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank Anya and KER for sponsoring the event for us with Dr. Ibrahiem. The proceedings of tonight will be as follows. Dr. Ibrahiem will present, followed by a Q&A session, so please feel free to load any questions on the panel on the right-hand side. The objective of tonight's webinar is to show you the criteria to choose a resin cement for your specific case and that will work in your hands, and to also discuss the innovation in dental cements to enhance the quality of your treatments. So sit back and enjoy the evening with us. Anya, over to you.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us and allowing myself to spend this time with you. It's an honor to be here with you. Please allow me to introduce our speaker tonight, Dr. Mohamed Ibrahiem. He studied at Ain Shams University's Faculty of Dentistry. He is currently the Training and Educational Manager for KER in the Middle East and Africa region. Since 2014, Dr. Ibrahiem is focused on the continuous educational program in the different dental fields, especially digital dentistry, CBCT, endodontics, as well as direct and indirect resto lines. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Ibrahiem. We look forward to learning more about cements and what our choices should be.
Thank you, Anya. Let me share the screen.
Perfect.
So you can see?
We can see. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thanks a lot for joining the webinar today. To be honest with you, I'm not a big fan for the webinars. I would like to have physical events with face-to-face interaction. I would like to have to be with us, to be with me here. But actually, what can we do? It's like the new lifestyle after COVID-19. But actually here in UAE, especially in Dubai, we are running a multiple of physical events, hands-on courses, demo sessions in our office in Cavo Care Dental Experience Center. We are following the guidelines of COVID-19, the needed restriction, the social distancing. And by the way, you are most welcome to join us in the office once you'll be here in Dubai. So today I will talk about the dental cement, about art and science of dental cement. I can say it will be a way of discussion, sharing experience. It's not like a lecture because you are the expert. From my perspective, science, it's highly important to understand the science and the chemistry of my cement. How the cement can bond chemically to the tooth, to the dentine and enamel. How can I manage the complication of the dental cement? And also art, because actually the dental cement can play a high value in the aesthetic level of the veneer and of the restoration. So today my focus will be about the self-adhesive resin cement, total adhesive resin cement. I will talk about criteria of selection, complications, about surface treatment protocols for different restorations, zirconia, feldspathic porcelain, Emax, all ceramic. But before talking about details, let us do like refreshment, like basics about dental cement. First of all, classification of dental cement. Actually, we have different ways in order to do a classification of cement. We can do the classification according to the base matrix, according to the ingredients, but maybe I have selected easy way. Zinc phosphate and zinc polycarboxylate. I believe it's like a well-known cement, and all of us used before zinc phosphate and polycarboxylate. They are good in handling. You can use it for cementation in case that you have a well-designed crown with a high mechanical retention. But at the same time, we have a drawbacks. We have a disadvantages like sensitivity, irritation. If you need a high aesthetic value, you cannot use actually zinc phosphate and polycarboxylate. Second, we have the glass ionomers and the resin modified glass ionomers, and I can say that both of them are very good cement. Exactly. Chemically bonded to the tooth structure, to the enamel, to the dentine. But again, water soluble. So maybe after some time, you can have a marginal leakage. What else? Total adhesive resin cement and self-adhesive resin cement. I can say it's like fashion, like the trend for the dental cement nowadays. And today my focus will be especially about self-adhesive and total adhesive because both of them are compatible with the dentine and the enamel, chemically bonded to the dentine and the enamel. We have it with the different shades in order to cover the high aesthetic value, especially for veneer, especially for the Emax, porcelain, and zirconium. Second point, like a freshman for us, like a basics about dental cement. Cementation is a delicate step. Again, cementation is a delicate step. We can do everything in a proper way, starting from teeth preparation, for veneer, for inlay, onlay, crown, bridge. Yes, we have different techniques of impression like single mix technique, double mix techniques. We have different material, addition silicone, condensation silicone, polyether, all of them are great. Our lab will do the proper designing for the crown, for the restoration, but at the end, the cementation or the success of the restoration can be in the hand of the cement. Success of the restoration can be in the hand of the cement. I can say the timing can be tricky. Timing for what? Timing for excess removal, cement excess removal. Imagine if we removed the excess of the cement too soon, which is meaning the cement is still soft, out of control, or we remove the cement too late. The cement start to reach into the well-defined structure. Maybe too soon or too late, we can face complications and we can face problems. To give you some information about the issues and the complications that we can have in case that we remove the cement too soon and too late. Let me start with the too soon. Today, I have a cementation session. Everything is okay. The crown, the bridge is fit on the spot. The patient is satisfied about the shade of the cement. And I removed the excess of the cement too soon, which is meaning the cement is still soft, out of control. What do you think? Do we have a problem? The answer is yes. Why? Because if we remove the cement too soon, which is meaning we can affect on the security of the restoration, we can disturb the unbonded restoration, and the net result can be debonding, can be marginal staining, can be marginal leakage. Okay, no problem, Ibrahim. We don't need to remove the excess too soon. What do you think? Can we remove the excess too late? Yes, you can remove it too late, after the cement will reach into the well-defined structure. But in order to remove the excess too late, you need to apply a high mechanical stresses, high mechanical forces. And we will have two options. The first option, I have succeeded to remove the excess, which is good. But because I applied a high mechanical forces, high mechanical stresses on the crown, on the restoration, maybe it can affect on the bonding strength value of the restoration. If I didn't succeed to remove the excess and I have like small parts of the cement, by time You can have inflammation on the gum, you can have polymerization, or in the cases related to the implant, maybe we can have a pre-implantitis. So too soon or too late are not the proper time actually to remove the excess of the cement. In order to understand which time exactly we need to remove the excess, I know that I'm talking about basics, but it's like a refreshment for all of us. In order to understand exactly which time we can remove the excess, we need to make a refreshment about the polymerization phases of the cement. We have the pre-gel phase, which is meaning during the mixing, the cement is still in suspension, the cement is still soft, out of control. Second phase, gel phase, the cement the monomer start to be little oriented in the cement. Post gel phase, which is meaning the cement start to enter into the well-defined structure. So what do you think? Which phase it is recommended to remove the excess of the cement? Gel phase. If we remove the cement in the gel phase, you will be in a safe way. How can we reach the gel phase? The traditional way for all of us, we can use the light cure for 2, 3, 4 seconds in order to reach to the gel phase, according for sure to the manufacturing of the dental cement. So again, trust me, cementation is a delicate step. Success of the cement, success of the restoration can be in the hand of the cement. So we should, it is mandatory to remove the excess only in the gel phase. Okay, I will start the first part. Self-adhesive resin cement. As you know, self-adhesive resin cement, which is meaning I'm not in need to make etching and bonding to the tooth structure. Yes, because it is a self-etch, self-adhesive. But from my perspective, it is recommended to make a treatment for the restoration in order to increase the surface area of the restoration, in order to improve and enhance the net bond strength of the restoration. I know some doctors, they are using the self-adhesive resin cement without any treatment of the restoration. It's okay. But again, regarding to all of the new articles, it is recommended actually to make a surface treatment in case also for the self-adhesive resin cement, not for the tooth, but for the restoration. And I have a specific part, dedicated part, to talk about different surface treatment protocols for zirconia, porcelain, and Emax. One of the examples for self-adhesive resin cement from Care, Maxim Elite Chroma. Maxim Elite Chroma. Actually, I need like 2 hours to talk about Maxim Elite Chroma regarding to the chemistry details, step by step. But I believe we don't have much more time to spend 2 hours. So I have selected the specific points, starting from the color cleanup indicator, high color stability of Maxim Elite Chroma, compatibility with the different substrates and also with the dentine and enamel, high bond strength to the tooth and also into the restoration, simplicity, easy of handling, and with the different indications. So I will try to cover specifically these points regarding to the Maxim Elite Chroma. Let me go in details and start with the first point, color cleanup indicator for Maxim Elite Chroma. Again, we mentioned that we need to remove the excess of the cement only in the gel phase in order to be in a safe way, in order to avoid complications or problems. Is it right? Yes. And in order to reach into the gel phase, you can use the light cure, which is the traditional way. But here in the Maxim Elite Chroma, we developed a gel state color indicator. gel state color indicator, which is meaning at the time of mixing and suspension, you can see the color of maximum elite chroma is pink. Pink. Once the color start to fade up, start to disappear, which is meaning you are in gel phase, which is meaning it is the safe and the right time to remove the excess. So it's like body language between you and the cement. Once the color of the cement start to fade up, start to disappear, you are in the gel phase and you can remove the excess. So it is the only self-etch, self-adhesive. I remember the only self-adhesive and self-etch, self-adhesive resin cement offering a gel state color indicator. So once the color start to fade up, you are in gel phase and you can remove the excess, as we can see here in the pictures. And by the way, when you remove the excess, it will be as a one piece. So don't worry, because sometimes, especially during the cementation session, you can leave. It's not good actually, but you can leave some parts of the cement in the interproximal area because the cement doesn't come out as a one piece. But here in maximum elite chroma, it will come out as a one piece. So you have color indicator, and also it will be very easy for handling and for cleanup. High color stability. Maximum elite chroma is a dual cure cement, and as we know, dual cure cement, which is meaning is a light cure and chemical cure, and you have the both options. And in order to have a chemical cure cement, we need to add catalyst. We need to add initiators in order to start the polymerization process. 95% of the dual cure cement, they are using a specific initiators. If you can see here on the left side, something called, actually I don't like to go into chemistry, but let me mention this point. They are using tertiary amine, they are using benzoyl peroxide, they are super actually catalyst. High degree of polymerization, proper polymerization process. But the main disadvantage, the main drawbacks of amine, low color stability. Low color stability, which is meaning after sometimes, maybe the patient, he will complain from instability of the color of the cement. So what we did, we replaced the amine and benzoyl peroxide with a patent redox initiator. It's totally different. Same high degree of polymerization, proper polymerization process, but at the same time with a high color stability. With a high color stability in order to avoid the color shift over time. Can we see like an example for that? Yes. Here it's translucent shade for maximum elite chroma. Thickness of the disc, it was 0.5 millimeter. It was aged in for 4 weeks at 60 degrees in water. And you can see before and after the amount of the change. We have like nil, or I can say like minimum amount of the color shifting. And on the right side, you can see a different, another dual cure cement. I can say they are very good actually. They have a high bonding strength, which is great. But at the same time, they have a yellowish discoloration and low color stability. So we need to have balance between the high spot, the bond strength level value, and also the color stability of the cement. What else? Simplicity. As I mentioned, we need the cement to be, yes, with a color indicator, to be with a high color stability. But also I need the cement to help me actually in the cementation session. So for that, I have a small video, short video, in order to show exactly how can we use the maximum elite chroma. So let me, yeah. Okay, it's like short video to understand exactly how the shade start to be pink at the beginning and then fade up and disappear. So again, color cleanup indicator. It's a sample to use. High color stability, but we don't need for the patient to come after short time talking about debonding of the crown. So we need the cement for sure to be with a high bond strength. And here I would like to consider two ways. The type of the chemical reaction, the bonding strength into the tooth structure and also into the restoration. If I will start with the bonding strength into the tooth structure, actually, we have a specific adhesive monomer. If you can see on the left side, a chemical component, it's called GPDM. GPDM, it's like adhesive monomer. It's a patent for care. We are using in all OptiBond family, our adhesive family, and also in our dual Q cement. Actually, the value of GPDM, as you can see here, it's like a three heads, like a triple arm. You have a phosphate and also you have a methacrylate. You can see that we have ionic bonding into the calcium, into the tooth structure, and also the two methacrylate responsible for cross-linking with the other methacrylate in the cement. So I can say that we have two types of bonding to the tooth structure. But what about the restoration? We need also to have a high bond strength into the restoration. Yes, here it's an example for etched Emax surface, hydrofluoric acid etched Emax surface. First mechanism, micromechanical bonding mechanism. Second one, covalent or etch bonding between the GPDM and the ions inside the Emax. Third one, ionic bonding between the Emax ions and the GPDM. So again, we have two ways of bonding to the tooth structure, and we have almost three ways of bonding mechanism into the restoration, regardless zirconia, regardless porcelain or Emax. So with both of them, we can reach into the high bonding strength. And here we have like small study showing the maximum elite chroma bonding strength into the dentine, and also into the enamel. It's almost 23, 22, or 24, 23 as a value in comparing with other dual Q cement in the market. So again, in maximum elite chroma, why we have a high bond strength? Because actually we are using specific adhesive monomer, GPDM, responsible for three bonding mechanisms, into the restoration and two bonding mechanisms into the tooth structure. Again, high bond strength, yes, but we need also, and we need to think about compatibility with the maximum elite chroma to the restoration. So here we can see like small studies showing the compatibility of maximum elite chroma with the dentine, enamel, zirconia, gold, titanium, Emax, porcelain composite, like 99% of the available now restoration substrates in the market. At minimum, we have like 22, 23 as a value, which is meaning we are compatible with 99% of the restorations of the substrates in the market. So high bond strength, yes, and compatibility for different substrates. And actually, in 2019, we got award from Dental Advisor for Max Elite Chroma. The clinical evaluation at that time, it was 96%. And here you can see an example for the evaluation of the consultant, of the doctors, like the color change indicator is helpful. As we mentioned, the pink color start to be pink, and after that, once the color fade up and disappear, which is meaning we are in gel state. The viscosity is great for complete seating of the restoration. The cleanup is easy. Post-operative sensitivity almost nil. So you have a cement easy of application, easy of handling, with a color indicator, easy of cleanup, without post-operative sensitivity. And actually, at this point, it's important because if you'd like to talk about the chemistry, why we are talking that we have a low and no post-operative sensitivity in Max Elite Chroma, because actually, at the beginning, the Max Elite Chroma is highly acidic. It's like 2.2, 2.4 as a pH, because we needed first to have high etching power for the enamel and dentine. But actually, within 4 hours, it will reach to almost 6.5, almost 7 pH, which is meaning it will be very fast to reach into the neutral phase. So we don't have a post-operative sensitivity. But again, we need to think about the indications. In which indications we can use Max Elite Chroma. As I mentioned, the Max Elite Chroma compatible with the different restorations, which is meaning we can use it in most of indications. You can use it for cementation of crowns, inlay, onlay, implant crown, post, metal post, fiber post, veneer. Okay, here I have a comment. Technically, you can use it for veneer, but practically, I'm not recommended. Why? Because as you know, in veneer, it's better and it is recommended actually to use a light cure cement, not a dual cure cement, because you need to have enough time in order to check the position of the cement. Everything is okay, the patient is satisfied, to remove the excess. So technically you can use it, but practically it's better to use another cement. And for that, in the second part, I will show for you the Nexus Cement, which is indicated especially for as a veneer cement. Again, it is compatible for metal, PFM, all types of ceramics, zirconia, lithium disilicate, composite, all ceramics. You can use it with the different types of bonding agents, OptiBond, Sol Plus, Total Etch, Self Etch, or also if you'd like to use it with other adhesives that you have it in your clinic. So here it's an example for cementation of crown, for post, for implant crown, for inlay and onlay. So we can say you can use it for all indications as Maxim Elite Chroma. Actually, in general, I would like, before finishing my part regarding to Maxim Elite Chroma, I would like to show you some clinical cases because we need also to be more practical. So here you can see the first case. For molar 6 and 7, we have amalgam and composite. So first, we need to remove the amalgam and composite. We need to clean the cavity, adjust the preparation, taking impression, sending to the lab. The lab start to make the framework, modeling, send it to the clinic. You will try it in the patient mouth first to check the margins, occlusion, everything is okay, shade. Okay, and now, again, as I mentioned, it is recommended first before, maybe it's not mentioned here in the slide, but again, it's better before using maximum elite chroma or any actually self-adhesive resin cement. It is recommended to make a surface treatment of the restoration. Make a surface treatment of the restoration, and after that, we can inject the cement and we can place it in the in its place. And the final result, we can see the image before and after. Do we have another case? I believe yes, I have another case. Here we need to have a crown, preparations, taking impression, sending to the lab. And again, I would like to make first surface treatment for the crown according to the substrate itself, inject the cement, and as we can see here, the cement at the beginning, it will be pink in color. It's pink in color, pink in color. Once the color start to disappear, start to fade up, we are in gel phase and we can remove the excess in a safe way. Finishing and polishing, and now we can see the final result for this case before and after. Okay, let me go into the second part. Or before that, I would like to do a summary about maximum elite chroma, because for me, it's to do a conclusion, to do a summary in order to highlight the most important point. First, again and again, I will repeat it again, color cleanup indicator. You will understand exactly when you can remove the excess. You will understand exactly the time of gel phase. Patent redox initiator, as I mentioned, high color stability, amine for the maximum elite chroma, high bond strength for different substrates, for different situations. Yes. What do you think about the radio opacity? What do you think about the radio opacity? It is recommended for the cement to have a high radio opacity. From my perspective, yes, because you need to check the adaptation of the cement to the restoration, to the structure. So you need to be with a high radio opacity in order to be clear in the periodical X-ray. So here it's like 280, which is meaning one of the highest radio opacity for the dual Q cement. It's a dual Q cement, yes, it's auto mix, and for that we have a specific and different tips. You have the tips with a small open, with a narrow open, with the like wide opening in order to attach for the intra-oral tips, or in case that you need to use in maximum elite chroma for cementation of metal post and fiber post, it is recommended to use intra-canal tips in order to be able to inject the cement inside the canal, because we need the cement and the post as a dentine to be as a one block. So it's better to use the intra-canal tips. Okay, so let me go into the second part, talking about the total adhesive resin cement. Total adhesive resin cement, and as you know, total adhesive resin cement, which is meaning that we need to have etching and bonding to the structure, and we need to apply a specific surface treatment for the restoration. But first, we need to think about the indications of the total resin cement, because maybe some doctors, they will say, when can I use the dual Q cement and when can I use the chemical and total adhesive resin cement? Actually, we have different indications, but maybe I have selected a specific indications like veneer. As you know that veneer, it's a preparation for the outer surface of the tooth, preparation like 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, which is meaning that we don't have wall retentions, we don't have a high wall retention like the full crown. So we need to use a total resin cement in order to have the highest bonding strength. Yes. What else? Short crown. You know, sometimes maybe you will have a patient, he will come and he will complain multiple times that debonding of the crown. We have a different factors for debonding, different reasons for debonding. But maybe one of the reasons for debonding, because you have a short crown. So if you have a short crown, it is recommended actually to use a total adhesive resin cement. Or for Maryland bridge, I don't know if you are using Maryland bridge, if you believe in Maryland bridge. If you are using Maryland bridge in the clinic, it is recommended again to use with a total adhesive resin cement in order to have a full retention. You can use it for inlay and also for onlay. Okay, so we need to think about the criteria. You told us today that we'll talk about the criteria of selection. Yes, here. Now, I would like to talk about the criteria of selection of veneer cement. Now you have a new veneer cement, and you need to think about the needed criteria that you need to have in your cement. First, you need to think about the bond strength. We need to have the highest bond strength. Again, preparation is 0.3, 0.4, 0.5 maximum for the veneer. I don't have a high wall retention like the full crown, so I need to have a veneer with a high bonding strength. Yes. Film thickness. What do you think about film thickness of veneer cement? From my perspective, I can consider the bond strength and the film thickness as a one consideration, as a one need. Because I have only like 0.4 space, 0.3 space, millimeter space. And I need in that space to have adhesive, to have cement, and to have the veneer. So I need the cement to be with a low film thickness in order to have a good adaptation and in order not to have any complication regarding to the path of the insertion of the veneer itself. So high bond strength and low film thickness, from my perspective, is the main indications for the veneer cement. I need to have it in my veneer cement. But also we need to have the veneer cement with a high color stability. Come on. We mentioned in the dual cure cement, in the self-adhesive resin cement, high color stability. But here, it's the most important to have high color stability because the veneer, it's only like 0.3, 0.4 millimeter, which is meaning it's almost translucent. And the color of the cement, it will be clear from the veneer. So we need to have a high color stability of the cement for long time, for long term. Compatible with different substrates, because some doctor preferring to use porcelain, feldspathic porcelain. Some doctor, no, I would like to use Emax. I believe in Emax. I would like to use zirconia. I believe in zirconia. Okay, you need to use a cement and to be compatible with the different substrates. You need the cement to be easy for cleanup because actually the session of preparation, it will take time, yes. But the session of cementation, as you know, it will take much more time. And success of the veneer, it depends on the cementation session. So you need the cement to be easy for cleanup. You need the viscosity of the cement to help you in order to have a good adaptation and to be easy for cleanup inside the patient mouth. High opacity, as we mentioned before, in case that you like to check the adaptation and marginal adaptation of the cement on the veneer and also on the tooth structure. One of the examples for veneer cement, Nexus, NX3 Nexus, and actually for that we have two ways. You have the light cure cement, as you can see here in the picture, and you have the dual cure cement. And by the way, Nexus got the award from Dental Advisor again in 2019, and the clinical evaluation, it's 97%. So you have the dual Q cement and you have the light Q cement. How can we select which one we need to use? It's up to you. But maybe I have a specific indications. We have as a clear specific indications. Nexus light Q, indicated mainly for the veneer, indicated mainly for as a veneer cement. And if you like to follow and to evaluate the light Q cement, Nexus light Q cement according to the criteria that I mentioned before, high color stability, high translucency for better aesthetic, and for that we have a different shades. Actually for Nexus we have clear shade, white opaque shade, bleach, and yellow. Yellow, which is meaning it's similar to A2, so it's like 5 shades. Also to have one of the highest bonding strengths, and we will see later in the article, in the studies. Optimal film thickness, yes. We mentioned that we need the cement to be with a high bond strength, yes, but also to be with a low film thickness. And actually, 13 micron, one of the lowest film thickness. And in order to have low film thickness, you need to have a specific filler load and volume and weight inside the veneer cement. So 13 micron, one of the lowest and optimal film thickness as a veneer cement. You need to have a cement to matching a triangel. I need my triangel paste to be similar into the veneer cement, yes, but after the light Q, not before. Because you know, for any light Q material like composite, like cement, you should add like something called light initiator, chemical light initiator. It's called, most of them using camphoquinone, okay? And the camphoquinone at the beginning, it seems to be yellowish in color. Once it's interact with the light, it will be more bleach, okay? So here, for any light Q composite, light Q cement, you have nil or very low change in the color. So you need the triangle to be exactly at and equal to the color of the veneer cement, not before the light Q, but after the light Q, in order to decide the shade that you need to have. Nexus dual Q cement, it's also one of the total adhesive resin cement. You can use it for veneer, yes you can, but again, practically it's a dual Q cement. It's better to use a light Q cement in order to control the working time. Same high color stability, high translucency, high bonding strength, optimal film thickness, matching to the triangle, high opacity, same points regarding to the light Q. Both of them are similar. The only difference here in the dual Q cement, and once you will try, you will see by yourself, the viscosity in dual Q cement is slightly less than the light Q cement, but the bonding strength for both of them, film thickness, radio opacity, almost filler load, all of them are almost equal. Again, why we have a high color stability? Similar to maximum elite chroma, because we are not using the tertiary amine and benzoyl peroxide. We have a patent redox initiator, high degree of polymerization, proper polymerization process with a high color stability. If you'd like to check the color stability for the maximum for the Nexus dual Q, here it's like shows, yeah, here it's like uncured catalyst. So now we have only the catalyst, okay? We don't have the base and catalyst. It's only the catalyst to show, because we are not using tertiary amine. So after 8 weeks in water at 37 degrees, we don't have discoloration. It's like a minimum discoloration. It's like a nil discoloration for Nexus catalyst, because it's a redox initiator. We are not using amine. But for other competitors, you can see the discoloration for the catalyst because it's actually amine. As we mentioned that in Nexus we have a high bond strength. Why? You can see here for the dentine, for enamel, porcelain, gold, lava, most of the substrates, most of the restoration, at least you have 24, 25 as a value. And for film thickness, on the left side, you can find Nexus almost 13 micron as a film thickness in comparing with other cement. But maybe you will say you have a cement with only 4 film thickness. Yes, but it's a glass ionomer. It's not a resin cement. It's not a composite cement. It's a glass ionomer, which is meaning, yes, it's very good in the like a film thickness, but the bond strength of glass ionomer, and because it's water soluble, it will not be equally actually for the dual Q cement, dual Q resin cement. So low film thickness, but not same bonding strength equal or similar to the Nexus and the dual Q resin cement. What about the surface treatment protocols? In order to think about the surface treatment protocols, we need to think about tooth structure and the restoration itself and the substrate. If I would like to talk about the restoration, I would like to mention lithium, the lithium disilicate, feldspathic porcelain, and zirconia. For the lithium disilicate, like Emax, you need first to acid etch using hydrofluoric acid for only not more than 20 seconds. Why? What will happen? More than 20 seconds, most of articles claiming that maybe more than 20 seconds you can have a ceramic dust. And actually the ceramic dust will cover the porosity that you can have it from the hydrofluoric acid, which is meaning it will affect on the bonding strength. So please don't add the hydrofluoric acid for more than 20 seconds in the lithium disilicate. Irrigation, application for the OptiBond universal, and spray for only 5 seconds. Feldspathic porcelain, here it's not a problem. You can acid etch with hydrofluoric acid for 1 minute. Irrigation, application of OptiBond universal, spray for 5 seconds. But what about zirconia? Actually, the hydrofluoric acid cannot help you in the zirconia restoration. You need to have a sandblasting, and the sandblasting, it will be a process in the lab. But what do you think? Is it better? Is it better to make sandblasting in the clinic? I can say yes, because actually you need first to try the restoration, the veneer on the patient mouth. You need to check the position, the triangle, the shade, which is meaning you will have a contamination, and all of that will cover the porosity that we have it before from the sandblasting. So it's better to have a sandblasting, to do a sandblasting in the clinic. Irrigation, application of OptiBond universal, and spray for 5 seconds. If we will follow this protocol, you will have a successful treatment, surface treatment for the veneer. Okay, surface treatment protocol for the tooth, I believe it's clear for all of us. Acid etching for 10-20 seconds. Irrigation, application of OptiBond universal, and spray for 20 seconds. And here I would like to say, because OptiBond universal is self-etch adhesive bonding agent, self-etch. But why we need to use first phosphoric acid? Because we are in enamel. And because we are in enamel, which is meaning we have a high mineralization. So we need first to add a phosphoric acid as only phosphoric acid to have a high and the highest power of the etching, in order to make cleaning and to have porosity in the enamel, remove of the SME layer, and also to open the dentinal tubules. So better to start with the acid etch with the phosphoric acid in the treatment on the tooth structure, especially if we are on the enamel. And here, an example of the OptiBond universal, the self-adhesive bonding agent from Kerr, and actually we have like family, OptiBond family. We have OptiBond FL, XTR, Sol. We have different generation of the OptiBond, but we can say the most advantages are the most innovative one, the OptiBond Universal. We got award from Dental Advisor, clinical application, clinical evaluation. It was at the time 96%. I believe it was in 2019 also, or 2018 in December. And here we can see some evaluation comments from the participant, from the doctors, from consultant. Single component, excellent bond strength, 218 enamel, composite ceramic, one coat, which is meaning you need to apply only one coat. We have it in a single dose as a capsules, and also we have it in a bottle. It's up to you. Both of them are available in the market, and also it's compatible with a different etching, different protocols like self-etch, selective etch protocol, and total etch protocol. And actually no need to apply any silane because we have a 3 bonding mechanism to the restoration: chemical bonding, covalent bonding, ionic bonding, micromechanical retention. So we are not in need to use a silane. Here it's a study shows for us like that OptiBond Universal with a Nexus in orange here. It has a high bond strength to gold, zirconia, lithium disilicate, porcelain, which is meaning you are in a safe hand with OptiBond Universal and Nexus as a dual Q cement or a light Q cement. Clinical cases. I like to have clinical cases. I believe I have 1 or 2 cases only. The first case we can see here is that you take did the preparation, send it to the lab start to prepare the veneers. Here we can see the different shades of the triangle paste of the light Q cement, the triangle paste for the Nexus cement. Try first which shade you need to use by application of the triangle. Surface treatment protocol for the veneer or for the crown according to the substrate: feldspathic porcelain, zirconia, and Emax. Here, hydrofluoric acid for only 20 seconds. Application of OptiBond Universal. Going into the tooth treatment, acid etch. Apply OptiBond Universal. Use the triangle in order to check, or directly you can, after the triangle, you can apply the cement, remove the excess, and light Q. And actually, as I told you, you have a dual Q cement and the light Q cement. The dual Q cement is slight low in viscosity in comparing with the light Q cement. And here we can see the pictures before and after. Second case, or I believe the last case for the Nexus. You would like to have a crown, you have a bridge. So here you have inlay in this part. Apply first the OptiBond Universal, and after treatment of the restoration, you can see the pictures before and after using the Nexus dual Q. Yeah, here before and after. That's it from my time regarding to the dental cement. But before going into the Q&A session, I would like to invite you to join us on 9th of April at 2 p.m. on a hybrid event. Hybrid, which is meaning it will be a physical event in Dubai, but also it will be online. So you can join online in collaboration with Dr. Ajay. He will talk about simplified concept in composite, tips and tricks, how you can do the composite in without post-operative sensitivity, which protocol of bonding agent and adhesive you need to follow in different cases. You'll got 5 CME points. And up to now, we have almost 92 participants registered from different countries. You can see from US, Canada, Middle East, Ghana, UK, Germany, Romania, India, from all the world except South Africa. So it will be a great privilege for us if you can join us in the webinar. It will not be only a lecture, but also Dr. Ajay, I will talk about OptiShade, the new composite from Clear. It's a single shade composite. We have only light, medium, and dark. Light in order to cover specific shades like A1, B1, C1, D1. Medium covering A2, A3, B2, D2, and dark in order to cover the dark shades like A3.5, A4, and B4, and all of them available in capsules and also in syringes. So please try to register and to join us in the webinar. Thank you for all of you, and I believe now we can open the door for the Q&A session.
Perfect. Thank you, Dr. Ibrahiem. Just to confirm, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you so much. I would just like to confirm to our delegates that the invitation you've just extended to them, we will be emailing out all the details for that invite during the course of the next week. So if anyone would like to register and join, then please, look out for that email that's going to come through. So thank you so much for the presentation. It was very informative. And, with Maxim Elite Chroma, what I've always loved about it is it truly takes the guessing out of the cementation. It tells you when it's ready. I think you showed it so wonderfully to the delegates as well. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
We have had some questions more on the technical side, which I've managed to answer. But if you would just like to confirm for us, the first one is, what is the setting time to reach the gel phase of the Maxim Elite?
Okay, so actually it's a good point. We have 2 options. If you'd like to reach the pink color by the chemical reaction without light, it will take almost 2 minutes. Okay? But if you use the light cure for only 2 seconds, you can reach to the gel phase, but you will not see exactly the pink color. So up to you. You can use the light cure for 2 seconds, or you can wait for 2 minutes until the pink color will fade up, will disappear, which is meaning you are in gel phase.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you. Then the other one that I wasn't 100% sure about, though, because I know the previous generation cement, the Maxim Elite, yes. I believe that was fluoride releasing. Is the Maxim Elite Chroma also fluoride releasing?
Yes, Maxim Elite Chroma identical to the Maxim Elite in everything, except that we add a new feature, a new innovation, which is the color cleanup indicator. So yes, similar fantastic. To Maxim Elite.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for that. Then Dr. Hannah asked which color for anterior. Now, I did mention on the question that it's available in the yellow, the white, and the clear. And exactly. I've noticed that the clear is our most popular one. But out of your experience, what would you say is the best to use?
Yes, here also in UAE or in Middle East, yeah, and I can say 70% clear, 20% from the white, and 10% only from the yellow. So clear, I can say it's the most running shade for Maxim Elite Chroma.
Oh, fantastic. Yes, now we've picked up a similar pattern in South Africa, so yeah. That's good. Wonderful.
Same culture, nothing different, yeah.
Let me quickly have a look here if there's any other questions coming through on the chat section. Wonderful. Just confirming that they want to see the link for the next one. I love the tips, some of the comments coming through. So please, delegates, if there's any other questions, if you could post it in the chat section for us. Dr. While we maybe wait for some of the questions, if you'll allow me just to share my screen.
Yes.
I just want to show our delegates, we've got a special running on the Maxim Elite at the moment. Give me 1 second. I'm quickly going to share my screen. Oh, I seem to be the one struggling to share today.
Yeah.
Your apologies for that, delegates. But just to confirm that the Maxim Elite that Doctor has been talking about in the presentation today is on promotion at the moment for 1,900 for the packet. So it is flying off the shelf at the moment. We've got our next shipment due just after the Easter weekend. That's coming up in South Africa. I would recommend, put your pre-orders in. Make sure you get your product if this is what you want to try out or use, or if there's any of the new features that you would like to try out. So Maxim Elite Chroma on promotion for 1,900. And then also to confirm that the OptiBond Universal that Dr. Ibrahiem mentioned will also be launched in the near future in South Africa. Our order is in, we're just waiting for it to arrive, and that is going to be selling for 1,275. So phenomenally priced in the South African market, getting all the features that you want. So definitely keep an eye out for that as well. Perfect. I don't see any other questions coming through. I must say, Dr. Ibrahiem, your presentation was so thorough, and you gave such good tips and tricks. So thank you. Is there any last words of wisdom for our South African delegates?
Hello?
Can you hear me, Doctor? Anything else that you would like to add for our delegates for tonight? Some last words of wisdom?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks again for joining the webinar today. I can see like 125 participants, which is mean for me, it's a privilege. Again, I told you I'm not a big fan for webinars. I did it many times, but I would like to have physical events. We have interaction between me and the participant. Because once I have interaction, once I can see the face interaction, for me, I can understand exactly in which way can I talk. But what can we do? It's COVID-19. So I need to thank you again, and stay safe, and inshallah to see you soon, maybe in Dubai or maybe in South Africa. Thank you.
Yes, it would be wonderful. Hopefully we can have you over soon for our Right Millness conference or one of our congresses to have you physically here in South Africa. So definitely the moment that that you're allowed to fly into South Africa, we'll make a plan. So thank you so much for your time tonight. I do realize that it's late. So thank you for your time, and thank you, delegates, for joining us. We look forward to seeing you on our next event. Have a good evening. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Bye.